Hello! In today's video I'm gonna be using my new xTool machine D1 Pro and we're gonna engrave all sorts of metals. Bare brass, plated brass, stainless steel, silver, gold filled. I think that's about it. And I will be also using the rotary attachment from xTool to engrave rings. So if you wanna see how I engrave rings, then keep watching. And let's not forget the xTool infrared laser module, which is perfect for engraving all types of metal. Gold, silver, platinum, aluminium, copper, zinc, titanium, iron, stainless steel, metal oxides and alloy metals. And it is a beauty. And also in this video I will be hosting a giveaway! Woohoo! So if you want to see what's in the giveaway, then keep watching as well. So I'm going to start with engraving rings, for which I need the rotary attachment. Therefore, I had to rise the machine by screwing these risers in place. Once the machine was lifted, it was time for the RA2. The setup was super easy. I just followed a YouTube tutorial, which I will link below, and then I just plugged in the cable, one end into the rotary and the other one into the machine. This is a flat stainless steel ring and I will show you exactly what I did to engrave it. I did all this in the xTool creative space, but basically I added text horizontally, also some B images, selected everything and then rotated the text and the images vertically. And now I'm thinking about it, if I just turned the rotary a different way, I probably could have left it horizontal. You will need to add the diameter of your ring. Mine was 22 millimeters and it will automatically work out the perimeter, which you can then use to work out your length, height of your text or images. Then just measure the width of the ring, mine was 6 millimeters, and again work out the correct width of your text and type them in. Next, set up the machine to cylindrical, choose your material, select chalk, and the diameter is already entered. When you select the image, you can then enter more settings such as engrave, manual settings, power, speed, and lines per centimeter. I always went for 300. Then choose your origin. I tend to go for center, it's the easiest for me. Then start the framing process once your ring is on the rotary. To add the ring, I simply turned the back ring on the rotary, which moved the metal bars, added my ring on and then turned it back again to keep my ring firmly in place. Then I flipped down the silver part, loosened the screw on the laser module holder and put it down on the very top of my ring. I screwed the module in again, moved it sideways and flipped the silver bar back. Next, I kept moving the laser module until the red dot was in the middle of my ring and it was ready for framing. You can do framing as many times as you like until it's spot on. Then I started the engraving process. This ring was slightly different since it had angled edges, and so I had to measure and engrave only the flat surface. And every time I would use a different ring or different size, I would repeat the measuring process, including the silver flip bar. This ring was actually the first ever ring I tried to engrave, and so it wasn't perfect. The text on the side was pretty faint, but hey! Good result for a first try. And then I thought I would try to engrave the inside of the ring, and so I played with that, but I just couldn't. So for now I decided to just leave it and come back to this another day. I will make a video in the future if I manage to do the inner engraving successfully. I just loved the quote on the previous ring, and so I decided to engrave another stainless steel ring, and this time I loved the result. And I have to say I was pretty impressed with how the text was lined up, right in the middle. It's really not as hard as I thought it would be. And here I'm engraving a little present for my hubby. He got this design years ago from our artist friend, a very talented guy. And it's a drawing of our Stuffy called Pixie, who is pretty much like our daughter. You know what it's like when you get a pet as a couple before having kids. And so I thought this would be a nice little Father's Day present for him. We do have kids as well now, and I'm sure they will draw him a nice card. But Pixie is now almost 14, and so we cherish every moment we have with her. And I wanted my husband to have something he can carry with him every day to remind him of our little girl. Oh, and I thought about engraving Best Dad on the back. But my hubby is an old punker, and so Punk's Not Dead seemed more appropriate. By the way, xTool is running a sale right now. I'm going to leave a link or two in the description box, so go and check them out. I also wanted to see how well the machine engraves photos on metal. So I tried using my own photo on this plated brass disc. I used either PicMonkey.com or Photoshop, I can't remember now, to grayscale the photo, top up the contrast and remove the background, saved it as PNG file and then imported it into xTool Creative Space. It didn't show the background on the screen, but then it engraved with the background. I'm sure I did something wrong on my part since I've seen other people engraving photos without background. So I will just need to do a bit of trial and error, and I'm sure I will work it out eventually. But even with the background, the photo looks great. And this next one is a teeny tiny sterling silver disc, and I'm engraving a whale on it. When the engraving finished, it was a bit messy. The picture was more of a blob than a whale, so I used a cloth and tried to remove some of that charring around the picture. It was a bit better, but still not very sharp. And then I had an idea. Let's use my sunshine cloth, which is made for cleaning silver and other bare metals. And I wiped the disc carefully on the cloth, which I laid down on the table. The surface needed to be flat because I didn't want the cloth to go into the actual engraving. And that worked out beautifully. This is a bare brass disc and I'm engraving the same whale just to compare the two results. Next we have yet another little disc. This time it's a gold-filled one. By the way, when I was choosing material options in the software, I had to go for gold-plated since there was no gold option, but it still worked out very well. And it's true, love is all you need. All you need is love. Do, 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 do. Again, plated brass disc, and each time I measured the top of my discs with the metal bar. I would bring the bar down to sit on the surface of the disc, screw the laser head in place and then carefully lift it one side of the machine, which lifted the bar, and then I flipped it back up. That way it didn't scratch the surface of my material. This was easily one of my favorite engravings. Wait until you see how cool this looks. I mean, I'm more of a dog person, although I love all animals except spiders, but this cat looks amazing. Since I love this cat so much, I had to give her a little case. I have a lot of these aluminum tins. They are enameled to look gold, but I gave it a go anyway. I was so pleased with how this came out. It took a while to finish, but the wait was worth it. I'm not gonna lie, I was and still am obsessed with this machine and I just couldn't stop engraving at this point. So I grabbed another sterling silver disc and engraved a cute little moth. another plated brass disc. By the way, if you'd like to see where I got this from, then watch my previous video on the Etsy haul for more information. And I also wanted to mention that all the files I was using today were SVG files, apart from the one PNG file I mentioned earlier, and most of them I got from Etsy. And then I wanted to engrave something else, but I had to stop and pack up the machine since the clock was showing a school pickup time, and there I was, going back to being a mom. But I did have a nice break. And for the giveaway, I decided to gift one of you some of these items I made in this video, which include the cut necklace on a gold-plated chain, and it will come in the cut tin, of course, this silver color flower moon necklace, and of course the 2 stainless steel rings. It can be all for you, or you can give them to somebody special. Rules of the giveaway are quite simple. You need to be subscribed to my channel, but also, this is important, you need to go to my Instagram, which is going to be linked down below in the description box. As soon as this YouTube video is released, I will post a post on Instagram, and it will have the picture of the things that you can win. Underneath, just write watched the video or just watched. Okay, and that's it. The reason why I'm sending you from YouTube to Instagram to enter this giveaway is only because I won't be able to contact you otherwise. So the main thing really is to go to my Instagram, find the post with the giveaway, underneath write watched. I watched the video. I'll leave it up to you. And then depending on how many people enter the giveaway, I will do a little draw and I will pick somebody to post these items to. I hope this all makes sense. I will try to explain it in the description box. Whoever wins, I will send your items in a pretty little box with Helena Daydreamer logo on. And who knows, maybe there will be something else, like a little gift. So good luck to you all, and I hope to receive lots of entries. And if there is only one person that enters, then it's gonna go to them. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and hopefully you found something helpful in this video as well. So if you did, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel for more videos. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!